is the illogicality of Shiaism today. I will give this final proof of illogicality before we move on to questions and answers. And that is, according to the Shia narrative, when the bay'ah was given to Sayyiduna Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anh, what they tell their people is that Sayyiduna Umar radiallahu anh and Sayyiduna Khalid and other companions, they burnt down the house of Sayyidatuna Fatima radiallahu anha, broke the door, killed the child in her womb. She had a miscarriage, due to which she passed away radiallahu anha. This is a narrative presented by the Shia Rawafid every 10th of Muharram. In the 10 days leading to Muharram, they narrate this amongst the people. Logicality of all this. A few days after the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, Sayyidatuna Fatima radiallahu anha went to seek the garden of Fadak. Yes? Sayyidatuna Fatima radiallahu anha went to seek the garden of Fadak. Imagine your position if someone burnt down your house, killed your child, and took away the leadership of the caliphate away from you, or in our case, leadership of a country. Would you go and seek the garden of Fadak from such a person? Would such a person even give you Fadak? And would you even be well enough to go and ask? If you've had a miscarriage and you passed away due to that illness, would you even be well enough to go and ask that person? This is the logicality of Shiaism today. And what do they mention? That Sayyiduna Ali radiallahu anh was dragged out of his house and beaten. Imagine this. Sayyiduna Ali radiallahu anh, Asadullah. According to Shia sources themselves, which I have marked off, but due to a lack of time, I think I gave the universal rule to everyone to understand how silly all this is. That in their own sources, it mentions that in Ihtijat of Tabarasi, that Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh beat up Sayyidina Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anh and picked him up with one finger. And in Al-Masjidun Nabawi, and no one was able to stop Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anh. But within the same work, you have the story of the burning of the house. You have the khutbah of Sayyidatuna Fatima radiallahu anha, where she insults Sayyiduna Ali radiallahu anha. So the very foundations of Shiaism are based upon fabrication. This is why I would finish this lecture on alerting us on one thing. And that thing is, if you make a comparison of Shia sources with Sunni sources, you will realize the works of the Sunni scholars are very pristine in the way they have been compiled. All the contradictions or the narratives that the Shia will try to bring from Sunni sources will all fall under Khabrul Ahad, mistakes of one narrator in the wording. But never will you find something being claimed to be mutawatir which will have a contradiction. While in Shiaism, you will have those things which they claim are mutawatir, but they will have multiple contradictions. If the companions had burnt the house of Sayyidah Fatima radiallahu anha, would this have reached us through mutawatir today? The answer is, it would have reached us through tawatur. But when Al-Imam Al-Hasan radiallahu anhu came into power, he never mentioned this. When Al-Imam Al-Hussein radiallahu anhu went to Karbala, he never mentioned this. The Imams of the Ahlul Bayt and their progeny have never mentioned this to us. So therefore, Shiaism needs a re-examining of all its sources and its methodology, because at the moment the methodology is not academic. In fact, it seems very emotional and agenda driven. There is an agenda behind this, agenda driven and not very objective at all. The whole methodology of Shiaism is not objective in what they are attempting to achieve. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to keep love of as-sahabatul kiram and Ahlul Bayt, the family of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, grasp onto the Quran the Ahlul Bayt, and the Sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Ijma'. Inshallah, we will open up for questions and answers. If you have questions, you can write down your questions, or you can stand up and